into just like exclusively film photography from like 2012 to like 2016 maybe. And so anywhere that I could bring like a little toy camera or whatever that I could get into the doors and take any pictures of, I would just have like this 24 to 48 hour period after a show where I like A, got to really enjoy the show, but B, got to kind of wait and see if I got like one good shot from the show, because it was always impossible to get good photos. And so, you know, I kind of honed my craft that way, and then eventually got a little bit more digital heavy, but eventually through posting things on social media and stuff, I did have publications reach out and say, hey, do you want to like actually do this? And I said, me? So yeah, I want to say that was probably about 2017, 2016. So yeah, it's been almost 10 years and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
It's the most fun. So, and I get to do things like this.
Right.
What?
Right. Who doesn't want to be on the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still do print? Do you still do printing or anything like that, or is it strictly digital for you now?
I love to do printing as much as possible, but it's also like, you know, it costs money. So,
Fair.
you know, I love to get, you know, I'll make them for people who order them or whatever who are interested. And I love getting to see things like in a tangible format, like especially really big. One of my best friends keeps buying prints for me in gigantic sizes, and I'm like, thank you.
Do you know what they're doing with them? Are they hanging them up all over the house?
Yeah, hanging them up, which is so cool. And it's always cool to see like what people pick out that they actually want printed. Usually it's things I wouldn't have expected, so it's really cool to see that perspective through like other people's tastes as well. And yeah. Cool. But I would love to do more. I'd love to do a book a year or something like that, just for myself, like for my coffee table or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm into it. If people have suggestions, you let me know.
There we go. So I know you as concert photographer. Do you do more than just concerts, or is that your bread and butter? That's what you love?
That's what I love for sure. It gives me the most happiness. Like, I just love to make musicians look super cool, especially our awesome local music scene. That just gives me the most joy, especially like in an industry that's super, super tough. Just being able to kind of give those people more attention and great photos if they want them. I'm usually pretty happy to give those to the bands if I'm allowed to, and just help support that community in that way. Makes me really, really happy. So mostly I just do concerts. I'll do weddings or family shoots or whatever on very limited basis, but yeah, that's definitely where my passions lie. Definitely found my little niche.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can be more creative because you're capturing something creative? Like, do you find yourself editing and making things look the way they felt to you versus not just how they looked?
Totally. Yep. So when I make like my posts online and stuff like that, I'll kind of collage them or things like that where I can just kind of get in there and kind of get the whole vibe of the show rather than just like one still per post or whatever. And then you get these really crazy challenges, like if you've ever been to a Polisa show, there's going to be lasers everywhere and the lights will be off, and you walk in and you think, what am I doing here? Oh no. And then you really have to dig into your skills and find a way to show people what it looked like through different techniques that you normally don't have to use. A really good example of that, I know Langan and you and I were both shooting.
I was just going to say, did we talk about...
Yeah, Purity Ring. Is that where you're going?
Absolutely, because it's a show I will not soon forget. And I know they're not local, but this band deserves a shout out. I know I can't curse on the radio, but holy, like, whoa.
Holy heck, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about the challenges? Let's lay out the show. Sorry, Jenny. Sorry. You can relive it with us.
We'll paint the picture for
yes.
you.
I mean, you want to explain kind of how amazing visually that show was? I don't even know how to explain everything we saw.
Yeah, so where do you start? So Purity Ring is, first of all, very, like, COVID conscious and immunocompromised conscious people. So they kind of require that their audience wear a mask. If at all possible, they hand them out. And they kind of try to keep themselves as distant from the audience as possible while still making just an insane, I have goosebumps talking about it, just an insane visual show. So I remember last time they were here, she was on this like riser that kept going up and her dress kept getting longer and like she was just, there were these crazy lights and everything. This time they used these like LED fans. There were like 5 or 6 of them on the stage, I think, maybe 4.
Giant fans. They were big.
Fans.
We're not talking like your desk fan. These were big fans.
Yeah, probably like 7-foot blades or 6. I
Yeah.
don't know. Somebody might know and be writing us an email. But basically, they spin so quickly with the lights on them that they can basically project pictures. And so the picture is like, or whatever, the background, whatever you want to call it, is moving across all these fans across the stage. And the fans are in front of the performers. So it kind of puts them behind a scrim without it being a scrim. So I kind of thought it was a really cool way for them to keep the germs away from themselves by blowing all the air back, but it was also just visually one of the coolest things I've seen. So sometimes they would have like faces projected on the side, or it looked like a whole jungle scene or whatever. I don't know. You jump in.
My favorite moment was it literally felt like watching fireworks.
Yeah,
and you
it
felt
did.
like they were coming closer to you, and just the genius way it moved with the music. It was truly wholly immersive. I mean, I was working the entry that night as well, and I did not want to leave. I was so captivated. But to wrap this back into why we're here to talk about photography, I am not a great... Okay, I don't want to say that.
Don't say
I'm
that.
not going to say that. I'm going to say I am a raw photographer. I take from the punk scene. I want sweat in the eyes. I want blurs. I want black and gray. I want grit in my photos. So I don't really know the science of photography. I just kind of push some buttons and hope when I get to my computer something was clear enough to use.
Yeah, and I think that's how we all,
Right.
maybe not all of us, but that's what I was doing too, like if we walk it back to that, so.
Right, and I have to say, I think that night I took 2,300 photos of Purity Ring. 7 were clear. And I think I ended up using like 14 of them.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do it. I mean, how did you feel with that? How did you adapt to the insanity, and how did you get yourself away from being so captivated to focus on the work?
That's a really good question. So,
or did you? Because I didn't.
Let's see. So I saw the fans, and when they started to spin, I thought, okay, so my autofocus is going to want to grab these blades. It's not going to want to grab the people's faces behind the blades, right? Like, if you think about the camera scientifically, like, that's what it's going for. I want to grab the thing that I think you want to see. So I had to kick things into manual focus, which is fine. But really, like, you have to play with 2 different things, right? You want to show people the performers, but you also, like, they clearly have put so much preparation, so much time, so much energy into creating this like world for you to watch unfold. Sometimes it looked like fireworks, sometimes it looked like sparks like swirling around, sometimes, like I said, it was like a jungle scene or more realistic looking stuff. Sometimes it had like the singer was in the middle and she was lit and you could see her, and then there were like silhouettes of faces on the sides, or almost like a sketch drawing of them, and they were mouthing the harmonies along with her. I mean, it was so cool. And so you want to be able to show both of those things. So, you can't just take a really fast shutter speed picture and capture what those LED screens or lights, fans, whatever, are showing you. Like, you have to understand that you need your shutter open longer to get all of the light that's happening in front of you to get into your picture. So it was such a cool, unique challenge. Like, I was trying to approach it from both ways, show the performers, but show what it was actually like to the eye. Because if you're shooting too fast, it just looks like dark.
Like the blurry photos that I got.
No, yours were awesome. I was so impressed with you because I have been watching you bud as this photographer, and it's been so awesome. And I was just glad to see you there because I was like, I can't wait to see what comes out of this, because we're both going to be trying real hard to make the best thing happen that we can.
Yeah, I think that night when we both got home to our respective homes, there was a text back and forth between the both of us, just good luck, Godspeed.
Godspeed to you.
I hope you got some Taco Bell on the way home. It's going to be a late night.
I love that, though. I mean, I feel like, you know, whatever rooms are around the cities lately, I'm just like, yep, I kind of know what my settings are going to be. I kind of know what I'm going to walk into, even if it's a completely different genre or a band I've never seen before. Like, you can kind of get a vibe of what it's going to be, if it's going to be dark or bright. Those are kind of the things that you really need to worry about. And so having all of these other things thrown in I was kind of like, yes, a challenge. Let's do this. Not that it's not challenging every time, because there are so many different things that go into it, but dang, that one was a party.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, Purity Ring, great. But we are on mostly Minnesota music on WMCN on the McAllister campus. So since it's mostly Minnesota, what's a local band that you shot recently that maybe it wasn't the goosebump raising thing that we had at Purity Ring, but like you were like, whoa, this is a photographer streamer. Whoa, this is so creative. I love everything as a human and hate everything as a photographer. Has there been a local band that has really struck you lately?
Oh, I mean...
Not to put you on the spot.
No, I'm trying to think. I feel like Surly Girly opening for Lambrini Girls was so fantastic. I'm like you, where I love like the grit and the like punky bands for sure. Those are kind of where I get most excited. That was a big one, and I feel like that night, and I'm gonna apologize now because I cannot remember the name of the band, but I hope you do. I want to say that night there was a show going on in the entry too, and it was like Cindy Lawson's daughter.
Oh, Surrogates.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
The coolest.
Yeah, and...
She was doing like high kicks and like running around in the crowd.
Yes. Refuses to stay on stage.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've seen that much energy on a stage.
Right.
It was incredible, and that was one of those nights where I didn't really know what I was getting into in the entry, and when I walked in I was like, okay, let's go. Let's go. This is perfect.
Was that one with Booyo Omega too?
I feel like that's right.
I mean, that was a powerhouse of a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just back and forth amazing. And I might be putting those days together in my brain, but they were both good days if they were separate days.
Right. What is something a local band can do to catch your eye, to give you the feeling of excitement? Let's take away the performance, but visually, as a photographer, to get you excited about shooting a show. Because sometimes, you know, lights aren't always there. Shout out Turf Club, love you.
We
but
love you.
Do better. Shout out Cloudland, turn them up just a little bit for me, please. But what is something that would add a visual aspect but doesn't go campy? Like, is there something bands can do to catch your eyes that's not costumes or props, but still kind of play with something that will give them that cool photo?
I feel like there's like almost there's almost a lost art, but not quite, of people like looking the part, right? Like, if you're making punk music, show me that, like, before I even hear you, you know?
Fair.
You don't need props. The less light, the better, honestly, for you, not for us. So maybe don't turn off the lights out of the way.
Right.
It's just, I feel like it's all in the details too. Like, you know, if you have, I'm trying to think of a good example, like, just like an interesting thing on your stage that, like, Vile has Beelzebub, the gigantic Furby. That is horrifying, and I love every time. Little things like that, but like, show me your attitude in your body language and your, I feel like your dress. I'm trying to think of, like, you know, if you think of like the early 2000s and stuff, where your look was part of the band, and that was so fun. And I feel like, not that there's anything wrong with this, but people are a little bit more like normal dressed lately and just like a little bit more chill. Like, bring back the drama a little bit. It doesn't need to be campy.
So you're looking for My Chemical Romance on stage, Black Parade. You want everyone in those
I mean, that's a bit extreme. I wouldn't hate it, for sure.
But I know what you're saying. There used to
yeah.
be like a cohesive, you had a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is, I don't know how far into camp this goes, probably pretty far, but like, you walk into a Larry Wish show for the first time and you're like, whoa, what universe am I in right now? I didn't expect this. And it's fun, dang it. Even if the wheels on the bus get stuck in my head after.
I think I wrote the first time I reviewed Larry Wish, because I heard someone say it before he played, was, there is life before you see Larry Wish, and there is life after.
Yeah.
I'm so proud to be on the other side, but also I don't know where I am anymore.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But he is one that you get something different, but you get something oddly familiar. Like, you know it's going to be quirky, but you don't know what kind of quirk it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And that makes it exciting to go back time and time and time again.
Absolutely.
Should we play some Larry Wish? I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't know.
I can't name any off the top of my head. I've just experienced it. It's just happened.
Right? I mean, let's try Different Star from Larry Wish. Let's give it a try and see if it can kind of show you just how amazing Larry Wish is as a musician.
And remember that he will be dressed as like a colonial person, probably. Or does that change every time?
Okay, so the first time, that was what I got. The second time, it was not what I got.
Okay.
I'm also now...
you never know.
Right. I'm also now noticing that was an 11.5-minute song. So we're going to switch it up and play I Feel Love by Larry Wish. Okay, so microphones are off. We are still live streaming, but it's 5 minutes. That'll give us a break.
Yeah.
That was a lot of talking. I hope this is appropriate for the rating.
We'll find out.
He's PG.
I feel like it. Probably. You want me to Google?
No, we're going for it.
We're on the adventure?
We're on it. If it's bad, I'll turn it off. But even his photo here is the colonial.
I'm just obsessed.
I'm gonna go get some more coffee because this is a 5 minutes. So.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom then.
Oh, bathroom?
I'll be very speedy.
I'm gonna show you the way because it is a maze with walking doors. Feel free to jump in and ask questions. I'm trying to think of what else like.
Yeah. Could ask her what show she has this week. What? Oh. Yeah.
I love Larry Wish. Have I told you to see him? I've only seen him like 3 or 4 times now.
Alright, I see usually, but
He's been doing Eagles. He'll do an entry every once in a while. I feel like he was doing a few others, some like 3 kind of like the late nights.
yeah.
I think I had seen them in Squirrel.
Okay.
Just quirky and fun.
Yeah.
You made it. Through the maze of the bowels of the door.
Felt like Sandberg.
Sound like a minute of this song.
Huh?
We still have a minute, so.
Cool. It's just so much to read.
And the crazy thing is,
I know.
I'm here every week.
Yeah.
But every week you can hone in on a spot and either there's something new or it's a spot that you swear you've never seen before.
Birds are not real. Very satisfied with the number of cats on the wall.
Right.
That's nice.
That was Larry Wish with I Feel Love. And we have Laura, the photographer, in studio here at WMCN. Yeah, so Larry Wish is one of those that I love his music, but there's something about seeing him live that you do not get from a recording.
I just recommend it, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For a good time, go see Larry Wish. Isn't
Yep.
that what they say?
That's what I've heard.
Okay,
Yeah, for sure.
perfect. What advice can you give to kids trying to get into photography? I mean, you and I both, every time we shoot shows, because we shoot together a lot, there's someone new in the pit or someone, and then they kind of fall out, and I've never quite understood what happens. And I talk to someone and they say they just get burnt out. They didn't realize how much work was involved because you're not just shooting. You're going downtown on a Tuesday night for a show that doesn't get done until midnight, turning around to work the next day. You have to edit photos. Sometimes you have to write a review, and kids just, I don't think they understand. So what advice can you give someone who wants to do this and loves to do it, but maybe is a little hesitant because of, you know, what they're hearing?
Yeah. Incredibly broad question too, right? Like there's so many things I could say. First I want to give advice to the current photographers of our generation,
Yes.
which is help them. You don't need to be gatekeepy about stuff. If I feel like you've probably seen this a time or two, like if we're with I'm just gonna say a baby photographer and they're really excited, they're like, oh, this is my first time here and I've never done this before, I'm so nervous. I'm like, you've got this. You do the best you can with the equipment you have. I think that's one really good thing to keep in mind is it can be really intimidating to be standing next to somebody with, you know, a kit that costs more than your car, or multiple of your cars if you're still in that point in your life too, of course. It's not about what you have, it's about what you can do with it. So if you're passionate about it and you're good at what you do, and you're not going to be good at what you do immediately, right? It's constant failure for, like you were talking about your photos from the other night, like you took 2,400 photos and you felt really good about like 14 of them. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I felt okay, publishable.
Yes. Like that is, for the most part, everybody's taking more photos than you imagine that they are and picking out the ones that they really like. So just go for that feeling of that one that makes you feel really good. You don't need to deliver 50,000 photos a night or whatever. Don't be afraid to go to really small shows and cut your teeth. I think that's one thing that a lot of people that I've seen coming up get really frustrated by is they're like, they just want to jump right to the Palace or right to the Armory and stuff like that. That's awesome if you can do it. It does not mean that you're going to be able to cut it in the entry when the lights are really low and stuff like that. Like don't think that good light is always going to follow you where you go. You need to be able to kind of cut your teeth in those smaller places, and it's also a really good way to build relationships with bands that are on the way up, and be kind to those artists and start a relationship with them, and maybe they'll take you on tour sometime or things like that. Like network a bit. Don't be afraid to talk to the other photographers. You know, like, it's all about kind of meeting people, doing this thing that you love, checking out different genres you wouldn't expect. Trying to think of other. I mean, what has helped you lately? Like, as you're kind of coming up as a photographer too.
I mean, for me, it's gritting my teeth. I do try and do a show almost every night. I know I'm insane. I don't know what burnout is, or I'm just perpetually burnt out. But I think gritting my teeth at entry shows and at Mortimer's and Zora Darling, not to say those aren't amazing venues, they are, but it's not the Armory. And I've shot a bunch of shows at the Armory, and you have the perfect lighting, or, you know, I shot Nelly and Ashanti at the Target Center. Not my jam, but it was a great show. Yeah. Of course, every photo looked great because they looked gorgeous and the lighting was just spot on. But had that been the show I started with, and then had I tried to revert back to even a couple First Avenue shows where you can't get angles right or it's just blue and smoke, like, I think I probably would have quit too.
Yeah.
But I also think the community of photographers has helped me. I mean, that's how I met you. And I look at kind of the crew, and there's a bunch of us, and it's pretty much everyone who does the First Avenue scene and kind of in that vein. We're all friends. If I have issues, I'm texting one of them, I'm talking to one of them. You know, my camera died, like, rest in peace, my first camera, in the middle of a show, and I texted another photographer, shout out Fantail Media.
Yeah.
And I was like, Chris, like, what's going on? And he just sent me a sad face, and he's like, oh no. And it's like, I knew what it meant, but he was so nice. He didn't sugarcoat it, and he helped me. And helped me find a new camera, my new baby. You know.
So go see him at National Camera.
Yes.
Keep our camera stores alive.
But I think the community here, if you're willing to put in the work and not come into a pit with an ego and be open to following rules, I think that's a big thing for photographers. You know, Fantail Media, Chris and I were just joking we're going to get a tattoo that says first 3 no flash. That's a standard photography rule. You get to shoot the first 3 songs, but you can't use a flash. Some people don't know that, and that's not on them. So as another photographer, you can't get mad. You just have to be, hey, like, we need to leave the photo pit now, or, you know, guide them.
Yep. I think just kindness in general in life is really important, and you know, we were all like young and lost and confused at some point in our lives in some way. But especially when you're trying really hard to pursue something that's your passion, or that you think is going to be your big passion, or whatever, you're really just trying it out to see. Why be mean?
Right.
You know, I love to help people when I can.
I think I still have one of your memory cards. When I
yes,
but trading gear, like if you have 2 lenses and someone doesn't have the right lens and you can borrow, I mean, yeah, I think as a newbie, make friends.
For sure.
Don't come in with an attitude. Come in bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to take on the world, but, you know, talk to people.
And I think, too, like, kind of back to what we're talking about, to, like, make people look interesting or whatever, what are you looking for to shoot and stuff? Like, the people who are playing those small venues are the ones that are trying with every fiber of their being to make this their life, right? They are doing everything that they can to get their music out there, to be successful, and they're hungry for, like, just making their show the best that it can possibly be. You know, you can go to a large show and you can really enjoy it, but there are times when you watch and you go, this person is definitely cashing their paycheck. And that's okay. Like, they've earned that. That's fine. But isn't it more fun when they're really excited and really happy to be there and really gritting their own teeth? You know, it's a mutual relationship, right? Like, we're all just trying our best.
I also feel like as a photographer, you get a little bit more out of, like, a bigger sense of pride when a band reaches out and is like, hey, I love this photo. Can I use it as my profile picture? I know that sounds so small, but whenever that happens, I get giddy. I don't care who it is. I mean, if Larry Wish came to me and was like, hey, I really like this photo. Can I use it? I would die. That would be it.
It's the coolest.
Right? And I think you're not going to get that from All Time Low, Vampire Weekend, any of these giant. Paul McCartney is not calling you for the photos that you took, unfortunately. Although you nailed it. You nailed that show.
He could if he wanted. I feel like he could find me. But that's neither here nor there.
But, you know, the fact of the matter is, most of us do not do this for a full-time job. We're all grinding just like everyone else in this very strange time.
true.
And this is just what keeps us all sane while also driving us insane at the same time with the amount of work. So I think little things.
You know what my other big advice is? Don't skip the opener.
Oh,
For all the things,
amen.
For all the things that I just said, those people are doing it 20-fold, trying. Like, they're stoked to be asked to be on this tour or be on this bill or whatever. Don't skip them. I just saw the other night, I know this is not local either, but Clover County opened for Maddie Diaz in the entry. And you know when you go to the entry and you think, like, this band, I'm going to be so happy to be able to say that I saw them in this tiny room. Imagine when that's the opener. Oh my gosh, what a time.
I mean, shout out Youngblood. Is that one? I saw him at the entry, and it wasn't a sold out show. It was busy. He had a broken leg, but he would not stop. And now, look at him. But I formed a relationship with him at that show, and like keep on going back. And it's amazing to see someone grow like that.
Yeah, and you can't write that off ahead of time. You know, like
No.
you can, but I don't recommend it.
No, I mean, I literally went to that show because I thought, oh, that's a cool flyer. He's wearing red and black striped sweater. That's kind of my aesthetic. Let's go see what it is. You know, I had no clue. But yeah, I think
now
it's
he's
important.
one of the biggest artists right
Right.
now.
And I think in the Twin Cities, you're in a place where you'll see those artists come up here. Like, I'll never forget Billie Eilish at the entry a week before Bad Guy came out. I mean, it was a sold out show because she was just, but it was at the 7th Street entry for Billie Eilish. And then the next time she came through, I think she was at Excel. Or there might have been an Armory.
There was an Armory because that's the first time I got to see her. I hate you, by the way. And I remember thinking, like, this is like seeing the Beatles. Like, it is so loud in here, I can't even hear what's going on. I can barely see. But dang it, I know I'm seeing something really special.
Right.
But I really wish I had seen it in that room.
Right. But, I mean, I think that's something special to Minneapolis. And as a photographer, had you taken a chance, then I didn't. I didn't take my camera that night because I think I was drunk and just kind of stumbled into the show, if I'm being honest. I mean, I didn't have the wherewithal, but as a photographer, being able to do that and have those moments, the amount of people sharing out Chaperone photos from when she opened at First Ave for someone.
Yeah, she opened her Fletcher. And
Yeah.
again, I know a lot of people that were shooting that show with me that skipped the opener. And I have really cool pictures of her, I think in her Phenomenon
Okay.
motocross music video outfit because she was wearing the clothes that she was so, like, working so hard on. She had to use them also as stage clothes. Like, that doesn't happen now. She's not wearing her Subway fit to perform. Like, that's going to be preserved somewhere. Like, that's where we're at now with that. So
Right.
it's very cool. I think it's really exciting. And then you see bands like, I want to say it was Lucius that I think it was Bear got to open for, and she was just so excited. Mike Coda opened for, forgive me, one of the underplay. Oh, Hosier.
Oh.
When he did an underplay at First Ave, Mike Coda got to open for him. How cool is that?
Right.
Yeah. So you can kind of watch these people come up locally and, like, just be rooting for them too.
Yeah.
I think that's so fun.
And you get a cool perspective as a photographer because you have the photos to show it. You don't just have stories. And I think that's something people take for granted a little bit. Like, take your camera. Take a point and shoot. Even if you don't want to be in the photo pit, take a point and shoot and capture these moments.
Yeah, I forget everything. So I think it's nice to have a visual record, a paper trail, if you will, of life. So, yeah. I mean, that's my biggest thing. Just take it all in. But it's a curated night, right? Like, they don't just, these booking people don't just, like, throw people in to fill time, hopefully. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but there's a reason why they're there.
Yeah.
Don't skip it.
You know, it's kind of funny you bring up Mike Coda. The next song on the playlist was going to be Shutter Speed from Mike Coda.
We love Mike Coda.
So, I know we just took a break. How do we feel about taking another one so we can all hear
so
this
we
amazing...
can listen to Mike Coda.
Right, and have a little dance party here for, a couple minutes.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it. So this is Mike Coda with Shutter Speed.
Yay.
I tried to see Mike Coda once. I've still never seen her.
Really?
It was at Bauhaus outside. It wasn't the Lucius show. Was it Billy Strings or was it?
I feel like Billy Strings was silly.
It was someone like that.
Shaky Graves.
Yes. And
Shaky Graves with Lucius.
oh, was it?
Yeah.
But it was one of the first shows at Bauhaus, so it was really unorganized, and I was in line for 3 hours trying to get in, and I missed my coda. And I was so bummed, and Chris keeps on shooting, and I'm like, I want to see it, but it never lines up.
Yeah, she was at Yacht Fest too, and that was so. It was. She won that crowd over.
Did you?
It was incredible to watch. It was so much fun because she just like this sprawling music, like in this field where everyone's walking in. Because I think she was
One of the early.
She was one of the earliest. She was either the first or the second person to perform, and just hearing that in the distance.
Right.
Getting louder and closer to you as you're running into this festival, and I think her EP had just dropped. Very good.
Jenny hasn't said a word.
I don't know enough about this stuff.
Dude, you stand with me every night.
It's true.
I mean, honestly, you know more than you think because you hear us all talk or like strategize or.
Yeah.
You also know the local scene just as well as anyone else with how many shows I drive you to.
It's true. I know this morning I was like, what local bands are there? Like that's where my brain goes into panic mode. I'm like, I know billions, but like, who are they right now?
Well,
on
my
the
problem
spot?
is I don't remember who's local and who's touring. Like,
Sometimes that happens to me
I
too.
just forget, like, Dury is a local band. We can talk about Dury. But to me, they're not, like...
Yeah.
Vile is another one. I would love to do a whole episode on Vile, but...
Yeah.
They're local. Or Anita Pelfie. Like, I could name off a million, but...
Yeah.
Then what about all the little ones? Like, I just saw Amaranth. They were great. Metal band. Like...
I feel so out of the loop on the really little ones, and I want to get back there. I feel like the last 2 years I've shot Midwest Music Fest for the current, but I didn't do it in 2025.
Okay.
So I feel like sometimes that's where you find
Yeah.
those little ones to keep watching for the year, and I missed that. It's very sad.
You should
But I
come...
did Big Turn.
I'm doing Big Turn next year. They reached out to me.
Nice.
Are you going to do it again?
If they ask me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to do that one.
Yeah.
Did you do a hotel or did you drive back?
I drove back.
Was that too much?
It's like, what is it, like an hour and a half or 2 hours?
Yeah, it's like an hour, 5 minutes. It's really not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad enough to stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I found a Holiday Inn down there, but it's like $150 a night, which isn't bad. But it's also like, if I'm so close to home,
Yeah.
it's right on that point. Like, I used to do Eau Claire, and I would drive back.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, like, if you have to deliver all your stuff, like, by the next morning or something, it's nice to have a place to, a base to work out of.
Oh, that's why Jenny will drive me. She doesn't know yet, but she's going with me.
If I end up doing it, I'll let you know, though, like,
Yeah, maybe going on a hotel or something.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
yeah.
I'm also waiting to hear if Anne wants to go.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I've never done Big Turn or anything like that, so I'm very excited.
Big Turn is, it's similar to Midwest Music Fest because it's all over, like, the one city that it's in. Was it Winona? Nope, not Winona.
Rochester.
Rochester, that's right. Okay. Close to each other. Am I thinking, are there 2 Big Turns?
I think maybe it's 2 a year. Or maybe I'm wrong. I haven't done a lot of research. I
feel like they just...
I said yes, I would love to. Tell me how much money I have to spend.
Red Wing.
Okay, that was it. Which is right there.
Yes. But it is so, there's so many more venues and it's so more spread out. And it's very cold at the time.
Yeah. I think Alan played it last year with her at home.
Yep.
Well, and we're back. Well, maybe we'll talk about stuff like that. And that was Mike Coda with Shutter Speed. Beautiful song. We were talking about how I have yet to see Mike Coda live, and it pains me. So, one of these days, it's gonna happen.
Your day will come.
It will. It just has to be the right day.
Yeah.
How do you pick what shows you go to and you photograph?
Ooh, this is a good one. so I shoot a lot for like First Ave House. So a lot of times I'll go through like their whole calendar of all of their different venues, and then I also look through like the Twin Cities Media calendar and all of these other like more encompassing, not just one entity.
And also shout out Twin Cities Media.
Shout out Twin Cities Media.
I actually own it, so
Yeah.
that's cheating. But we're just a collective of photographers and writers, and Laura joined in, and we have a whole cast of characters that shoot for 1 million people, and it's just a place to get your start.
So I kind of rely on kind of the venue websites and stuff to just, the cool thing about music photography is that, like, yeah, you can be chasing those artists that you really want to shoot. Of course you're going to have those, like, white whales or the bands that you're really excited about at the moment that you want to cover when they come to town. Yes, but you also have this option to cover things you know nothing about. There's no risk, like, you would be put on the list assuming that they agree to have you there, and so there's really little risk for you to just go check something out that you wouldn't normally do. So yeah, sometimes it does come down to like those YouTube videos that they put in their bios, or the promo pictures, things like that. That I'm like, that looks really cool. Like, this band looks like, these girls could kill me. I feel like that would be a fun night. I don't know. I feel like this looks really cool. And then you kind of pop into the music or don't and just see what happens.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many nights I'll text Jenny like, hey, we're going to a show tonight, because I don't really give her an option. I need a friend. She's like, cool, who is it? I'm like, I don't know, but the poster looked really cool, so we're going to go check it out. And sometimes it works,
designers,
right? Yeah, pay attention to those flyers. We're looking at them. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, but I don't think a night is ever a loss because you are introduced to something new. And even if it's not your thing, it's someone presenting it just like you present your photos out there for people. Mm-hmm. People can love them, people can hate them. It does not change the fact that you are doing what you love and you're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
So,
yep. I think trying to just capture different genres, different things that highlight different cultures even, or just get out and see it all, Right. I think we all could do better with doing that, me for sure, but like I always try to make sure if I see something like that come up, I'm like, have to do this. I gotta think of the band name, but there was a band from like, I want to say Nicaragua or something, at the Turf Club, and it was one of the coolest nights. This music that I never would have discovered on my own. It was a band I never would have heard of, but I just thought, I don't know, let's check it out and see what it is. And it was awesome.
And I love nights like that. I mean, Jenny doesn't know it. We spend Thanksgiving together, but we're going to a show Thanksgiving night now. Spoiler alert. And it's a Ukrainian folk band. I don't know anything about Ukrainian folk music, but I got in on a mailing list, and the photo was cool enough to catch my attention. And then I started reading. I'm like, this is all gibberish. Like the patterns that they were talking about, the instruments, I have no clue. Yes, that is how I am spending my Thanksgiving night. So there are places in town like the Dakota, the Cedar, even First Ave venues that are putting out things that you would never think of.
Yeah,
just
the
go.
Cedar especially, I feel like does such a good job with that.
Yeah.
So that's, I got to see Angelique Kidjo there. That was another one. I didn't know anything about her. And then I saw her, and then I learned more about her. She's like world-renowned, like incredible artist. And all the details are escaping me of like her insane life. But I just remember thinking, this is so lucky that I got to see this. And the tour was, she had covered all of a Talking Heads album. And so she was performing the whole thing and then doing her own stuff too. But you see these bits of the community come out that you normally wouldn't interact with. You wouldn't see. They walk totally different times of the day than you, or they're in different parts of the state than you that you just normally wouldn't interact with, and you see them out there dressed in their best, like dancing to this music that you're now getting to be part of that and see everything and capture it and show people what it is, and just kind of bring people together that way. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and hopefully open their eyes so they go out and do the same thing or catch the same show or something of the like, or honestly just get the balls to go out and try something new.
Yeah, and you know what? Don't be scared to go out by yourself.
Yes, please.
Hot take.
Although I joke about always dragging Jenny, I mean...
I said that just for you, just to say
Did Jenny pay
I
you
love
to
when
say
I
that?
see
And
it.
I'm not
No.
supposed to drag her to any more shows. But no, I think going to a show alone is the only way to decompress.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about what anyone else is thinking.
If you don't
You don't
like
have
it, you can leave.
You can go stand wherever you want.
Right.
You know?
You want 4 beers? You can get 4 beers and there's no judgment.
Yeah.
You want to leave, get Taco Bell, come back? You can do that. It is your night.
That sounds like a very specific example
I've
that
never
you've
done
done
that.
many times.
No, I don't want to talk about it. But there is something, and if you're alone and you're uncomfortable, talk to the staff.
Totally.
They are there to not just keep you safe, but to make sure you're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're at a show alone and something makes you feel uncomfortable, use the staff. Use them. They're there to make sure that shows are an open place for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And you will always make friends. And if you're alone and you don't like anyone around you, come find the photographers. We talk to anyone. We're lonely.
Talk. Sometimes we're sitting on the floor in the back editing.
Yes, you
are
are
the
the
hear
queen.
the show, but we have to maybe turn things in by a certain time.
Yes, yes.
No big deal.
Looking at the time, we're somehow down to 10 minutes. So we're gonna rapid fire this.
Okay.
You ready?
No, let's do it.
5 local bands that you need to see by the end of the year. Go.
That I need to see or that everyone
Everyone
needs to
should see. 5 locals that you're like,
Oh my gosh.
they don't actually have to be playing by the end of the year.
Well, that's good, 'cause we're running out of time, you guys. Okay, my first one's going to be really commercial. Don't worry about it.
No judgment.
I cannot wait for the Gully Boys show in December. Their album release is the only thing getting me through life. So excited. Their album is incredible. Go listen to it.
And that one's at Varsity.
It's at the Varsity, and that album makes me feel like I'm putting on an emo record for the first time in my room in 2007. It's all I've ever wanted. Worth the wait. It took them forever, and it was fine. It's good. Let's see. Existing bands still. Claire Doyle is fantastic. She's like a country Americana girl. So wonderful. I see big things ahead for her. I hope I'm right. Now just dropped a brand new song.
Yes.
Or a new EP, I think.
Yeah.
Amazing. I used to go see them as Now every children
Yes.
at the coffee shop in Duluth. Mike Coda, did I say Monica LaPlante? She's
You haven't
like,
yet.
She's like my jam. I love her. How many was that? I don't know.
Did we
4 or
hit
5?
I think we're at 4.
Great. Keep for Cheap also just dropped a really good song, so
You know what's
I'm
funny
gonna
is
say
they're the next song on
Stop.
the playlist. I don't know what. Did you hack my playlist?
no, it's on my playlist. So I was like, I don't know if I need songs to bring here. Yeah, that song is fantastic as well.
You know what I like about those 5? They're all very different.
So different.
And I love that.
Yep.
So.
I think the first time I shot Keep for Cheap, I thought that they were a totally different band. And I got there and I was like, this isn't the band I thought it was. I love this though.
Right.
Low risk, guys. Low risk.
Yes.
You can see everything. And then you discover new things.
Right. What show are you most looking forward to photograph coming up? Do you know? I know, like, schedules for photographers can be a little last minute. But what's the show by the end of the year, like, you're super excited and hope you get it or you already got it?
This upcoming week is nuts. I'm shooting David Byrne. That'll be crazy. The one I'm most looking forward to is Die Spitz.
Yes.
They are just a femme punk band. I hope I haven't done my research specifically, but through listening to their music, that is the vibe that I'm getting. Pronouns aside, but respected. I just don't know what they are. Anyway.
They opened for Viagra Boys at Palace. Were you at that?
No.
Oh.
I was on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Crying for missing that show.
Right.
And then we got to New York on our way home, and Viagra Boys was playing that night with Die Spitz, and it was like jet lag o'clock, and we could not get ourselves to Brooklyn to go to the show. Which was very sad.
Yeah, but you got to see other cool things in New York that week, so.
Saw a little Iggy Pop. Saw a little.
And with
saw
that.
a little Jack White. But I will say Die Spitz is for sure. It got moved up from the entry to the fine line, and that's always an extra energy booster is when a band moves up rooms.
But still, fingers crossed, maybe we bump up to the first Ave. It's not going to happen, but that's a band that next time they come through,
It'd be real clutch if they did.
Yeah.
So that we could all fit in there. But yeah, that's going to be a night. And then Boris is playing at the Fine Line the next day. Which
And you love Boris. You've gotten some really cool photographs of
they
Boris.
are so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're performing one of their albums in full, and it's a really good album, so.
Perfect.
Oh, it's going to be a couple fuzzy, punky, spooky nights, and I'm really, really excited.
And already tired, but...
Yeah, those back-to-back days. That's another good piece of advice, is maybe just set a limit to how many days in a row you're allowed to, but other people in this room might feel completely opposite and like to be
There's
out
no
all
limit.
night. I love sitting at home with my cats and my husband sometimes. I need a few of those days to balance out, so.
2 more questions.
Yeah.
I know we're on air, so people can't see it, but what is your favorite photo you've ever taken? Who was it? Where was it? And why is that your favorite?
Idols at First Avenue in 2018. One of those two. I feel like it was 2019.
I think it was
before
2019.
everything stopped.
Yes.
Yeah, that whole night is just like a magical, like, enigma in my mind. Like, the energy in that room was just larger than life. I remember I rented a lens because I didn't have what I wanted to use there because I had like one lens at the time. And I remember being terrified because I was like, this is going to get spit on or kicked or something, because it was just such a wild vibe in the room, and it was packed.
Yeah.
But I just remember, like, not a phone in the air. Like, after we got onto the photo pit, after the first 3, I went up to the stairs, and one of the members was basically, like, stage diving off into the crowd, and, like, he was playing his guitar, and he's just being held up by everybody, and, like, just that exact moment captured all the faces in the crowd of people, like, so excited that this person just jumped into their midst and is playing, and, like, they were really, really on the come up at that point, too. I think that was maybe a moved up show from a smaller venue. I don't remember for sure.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It might have been Fine Line originally. I could be making up things. But it was just electric. And, like, that photo, I feel like it's black and white, and I just feel like it could have been taken any time. You don't see a phone in the picture. All you see is people just having the time of their lives and being excited about what they're seeing. And it gives me warm fuzzies.
I love
it's
that.
so good. I have a giant print of it in my house.
Nice.
And I like to look at it and just stare at all the people. I literally have it, like, saved on my phone, and if you go into, like, Google, it's, like, Google Photos, it'll, like, have all the people in there as people, like, how the AI, like, pulls in, like, these are all pictures of this person. I'm like, this is getting a little creepy, but I'm like, oh, that's from my idol's picture. That's who that guy is. I love his hat still. Yeah,
Nice.
that's for sure.
I will say that was a life-changing show for me, and I don't say that very often at all, but
Yes.
yeah. We're down to 3 minutes.
I feel like I need to, like, do some Dice Bits research, because I'm like, what did I say?
I think you had it right.
Okay. I just want to make sure I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
Where can people find you and your amazing work? Please tell them your socials, if there's a website. I honestly don't know what you have.
I do have a website.
As you look it up on your computer.
Yeah, on Instagram I am laura.lee.b, and I am lauraleeb.com is my website, which, you know, gets updated like once a year, so for sure Instagram is the place to be.
So if a band wants to hire you out and have you come out and take some photos, just reach out on Insta and
Yeah, shoot me a little DM and I'll dig into that box and see what's up.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would love to come shoot you. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I want to make you look cool.
And she will.
I'll try.
You will.
It's always the goal.
Right. And you know what? That actually brings us to the end of the show. I know Jenny was silent through most of it, but Jenny,
what are your thoughts?
thoughts on everything?
You both did a wonderful job.
No, I want to thank Jenny for coming in today and helping me out. It's a little nerve-wracking without our Queen Anne here. I was nervous, so it just having a friend here to help was amazing. And Laura, thank you for taking time out of your Saturday morning. I know it's early for us, but I really appreciate it. Yeah.
thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me as well. It was nice to hang out with you guys in the daytime.
Yes. Let's hope this never happens again. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Mostly Minnesota Music on WMCN. Have a good weekend.
We did it!
Woo!
Woo!
Yay!